Hi guys, welcome back to another video. It's Dan here from Sportscards UK, and in today's video we have another Mail Monday. So we've got 4 parcels to open up in today's video. So without further ado, let's jump straight into the video and get these things open. Right, so for package number 1, we have at least one graded card in here, and I think it is this, so we'll start off with this. I'm very excited for this because I know what this is going to be. Can you guess? Dortmund, Top's Finest. It is... Just make sure that's everything. Yep. This is a beauty. It is a Jude... God, what's going on with the sleeve? It is a Jude Bellingham. Let's put the sleeve. What I like to do with these sleeves is I like to put the thing at the bottom, like that, and then it's kind of out of the way then. If anyone knows any tighter sleeves for these big ones, I'd like to know. But anyway, yeah, so Jude Bellingham, Top's Finest, green refractor, number to 99. Picked this up for less than £100, which I think is a good buy. It is in a PSA 9, not a PSA 10. I think the PSA 10s are probably going to do about double. But it is a really, really nice card. And as I said, you would have seen in the last video, picked up a little bit of Jude as well. Picked up a CSG of his Bundesliga Chrome, just a base card. But obviously I've got this one as well, which is a nice one. I did obviously let that Inception card go on bits. So I kind of had to get another Jude, number to 99. It's not as good as the Inception. But there was something about the Inception that annoyed me. I just think the green really didn't go with the yellow. And it doesn't quite go with the yellow here. But I'll hang on to this now, and I could always trade up to a different colour maybe in the future. It's just green and yellow, it's Norwich colours as well, isn't it? Just doesn't quite go. So it hasn't quite got the same eye appeal as sort of colour match cards. But it's a decent card for Jude Bellingham, I think, a Top's Finest, number to 99 rookie card. I think that's these are the sorts of cards that you want to go for, I think. So these are the sorts of cards that will go up in future. These numbered parallels of big rookies. Someone like a Phil Foden, someone like a Jude Bellingham, maybe even someone like an Anthony. If you can get number to 99s or lower rookie cards of things like Topps Chrome, Topps Finest, I always think you'll do well on those. I think they're safe. They're as safe is for current rookies, because obviously rookies, really, it doesn't matter who they are, aren't always safe. Look what happens with Greenwood. We all know what happened there. Package number 2, we have a nice cheap Messi pickup. As you know, I'm picking up loads and loads of Messi recently. I just think, yeah, I said it in the last video, so I won't go into too much detail about this one. But if you have seen last week's Mail Monday, I did say I was picking up Messi because he is the GOAT, and I quite like having a Messi PC at the moment. I'm really enjoying having a PC of someone that's a bit better than some of the Fulham players that I've been collecting, shall we say. It's nice to have a PC of a player that's like a legend, a real good player, like an amazing footballer. Not just talking about Mitrovic here, I'm talking about Messi. And then having your Fulham PC as well. So, yeah, picking up a lot of Messi for the PC. And, yeah, I don't think you could ever really go wrong with a Topps Chrome refractor. They just look great. And it's obviously him and his Barca shirt. I tend to prefer stuff in the Barca shirt than I do in the PSG. I don't not pick up the PSG stuff. But, yeah, I just do prefer the Barcelona stuff. I'm sure as most of you do. So 2 graded cards to start off the Mail Monday. Pretty decent. Very careful. So what we have here is we have a UEFA Champions League ticket for Man United, and it is Man United versus Fenerbahce. Is that right? Did I say Fenerbahce on there? Qualifying round, UEFA Champions League, East Stand, tier upper. Where have I read Fenerbahce? I haven't. It doesn't even say the other team name on there, does it? Did I read it on the back? I'm not sure. So this is, this is versus Debrecen. This is the 2005 United ticket, and this is Cristiano Ronaldo's first European goal. So it's his debut European goal, or debut goal. Guess you could call it something like that. It has a PSA Pop 1 at the moment. So only one of these have been graded with PSA. And this wasn't relatively that expensive either. So yeah, 2005 first European goal debut PSA Pop 1 is the listing for this one. So yeah, decided to pick this up, and obviously this is going to be one of the ones that goes off to MGC. So we've got some Ronaldo tickets, we've got some Beckham tickets already, which is pretty exciting. And for the final card, another graded card. So we've had 3 graded cards and a ticket. We have a Billy Gilmour Panini Obsidian rookie card in a CSG, number to 75, I believe. It's number 6 of 75. Why did I pick this up? I think Billy Gilmour is a very, very good player. I think he's gone to Brighton. He's recently just made a move to Brighton. Obviously, he didn't play well at Norwich really at all. But I don't feel like he had a good team around him at Norwich. I'm hoping at Brighton he gets some good game time. There's some good players, good young players at Brighton like Casido. And I'm interested to see how he'll do. So I think this is a bit of a... I think Billy Gilmour sometimes is a little bit of a sleeper buy. I genuinely think there's a lot of talent there for Billy Gilmour. Some people don't believe in him as much as they maybe used to. But I still believe. And I think he's worth a punt. I'll tell you how much I paid for this because I don't plan on selling it straight away. It wasn't a lot. I can tell you that. It was not a lot. £10. £10 is what I paid for this. So £10 for an Obsidian rookie card number to 75 and a CSG 9. That's not a bad buy. I don't feel like that is a bad buy at all. I don't really feel like I've lost out whatsoever. I think a Brighton fan would buy this for me for 20 quid right away, to be honest with you. Even maybe a Chelsea fan. But yeah, so young. Born in 2001, so that makes him, 20 years old? 19, 20 years old. So yeah, I mean, it says electric etch purple. I can't really see much of the purple on here, unless it's on the back. I don't really see the purple. Just looks like a refractor to me. Yeah, it does very much look like a refractor to me, but obviously it is the, an Obsidian rookie card. I don't own really any Obsidian at all, really, in my collection, so I'm pretty Obsidian-less in terms of my my pickups and my card showcase. But there we are. As investments go, I think this is quite a good Mail Monday. Not all of my Mail Mondays feature cards that I would recommend as investments, but I don't think this is a bad video for that. Now, the reason I say that is because I feel like now that tickets are being graded by MGC, I feel like people like-minded as me are going to start collecting tickets, and I will start buying tickets that are MGC graded on eBay or from whoever. Because, yes, okay, so sometimes there's this whole PSA premium slab, whatever, that I don't necessarily agree with. I do grade with PSA, but a lot of the time I grade with PSA not because of preference, but because of I sometimes get the most value out of PSA, especially with the vintage stuff. I think people are a bit more snobby about PSA on the vintage end, and SGC and stuff as well. But I don't think people are going to have that sort of snobby preference with tickets. I certainly don't or won't. I couldn't care less if a ticket is going to be graded by MGC or PSA. And I think I'm going to be collecting a lot more tickets from MGC, and I'm also going to be grading a lot more tickets with MGC. So I think now's a good time to buy tickets because I think people will be wanting to send them off a little bit more, because I think sometimes people worry about, well, how much is a ticket with PSA? Can I use middlemen for tickets? Do I send stuff off on my own? With MGC, it's just made so much easier because it's to the UK. It's simple. It's nice and easy. So, yeah, with the tickets, I think now is a good time to get into tickets. In my opinion, I'm not telling... it's important to say that I will never tell you to invest in anything. This is just my opinion. I'm never giving you a financial advice. I'm just saying this is what I think. Don't take what I say as gospel, and then if it doesn't go right, blame me, because a lot of the time it doesn't go right. Was that from the other video from this one? I can't remember. Yeah, don't. Yeah, please don't hold me accountable to things that I've said. I get things wrong all the time. So, but in terms of me talking from experience, in terms of being in the hobby now for coming up, it'd be like 2 years in a few months. What I've learned is that going for goats is a great thing to do. So and I'll talk you through each card. Why do I think Lionel Messi is a good investment? Well, he's the greatest of all time, in my opinion. At least he's regarded top 5. If you're not putting Messi in your top 5, I don't think we can have a discussion about football. I can understand if you're putting Ronaldo above him, Pele, R9, whatever, Zidane. Okay, fine. But if he's not in your top 5, I'm not having a discussion with you about football. But what I am saying is he's top 5. So, dead or alive, whatever, of all time, he's top 5. So if you're someone that's just getting into the hobby, Lionel Messi refractor in a PSA 9, I'll tell you, I'll be totally transparent. I'll tell you how much I paid for this. I paid I think I paid £26 for this. So £26. Cost about 20 quid to grade a card with PSA. Do I think I'm going to get 50 quid out of this? No. Do I think I plan to make a big profit out of this? Probably not. But the reason I did buy this is because this might go for, let's say, £35, £40. Might have it at £40 maybe in the case, at card shows. Maybe I have some wiggle room on it, and if someone says 35, I'll shake their hand. Now that's £10. It's not a lot, but what it is doing is it's bringing Lionel Messi to my case, and a lot of people are big Messi fans and will say, I'm going to the card show and I want to buy a Messi and I want to buy a PSA graded card for less than 50 quid. That for a lot of people is perfect. So it's going to get eyes on my table because I'm going to have Messi in there. People always ask, have you got any Messi? Yes, I've got Messi. If they're not interested in that card, they're already looking at the showcase, so they might have a snoop around and they might be interested in something else that's completely not Messi, but it might just catch their eye. So although I don't stand to make that much profit on the card, it's very good for eye appeal in terms of for the case. Opens up a lot of conversations. Have you got any Messi? Yes. I'm not saying no, and then they're walking straight off. So there's a few advantages as to why I bought that. And if you're a beginner investor and you're looking to get into investing, you've only got 50 quid to spend. It's not a bad way to go, I don't think. It might be a good long-term hold because I think it's it might be his last Topps Chrome that's in a Barcelona kit, for example. And it's not a base, it's a refractor as well. Now, next up, we've got the Jude Bellingham. Obviously, a little bit more expensive. This is, again, less than £100. So this is probably a much better buy than this. If you had 50 quid, this might not be the first thing I'd tell you to buy. But I might say, stretch that 50 quid. Can you get it to 80, 90? In which case, if you can, go for something like this. Why Jude Bellingham? Well, yeah, he hasn't yet moved from the Bundesliga to the Premier League. Will it happen? Yes, it's very likely. When it does happen, it's a good time, really, really good time, in my opinion, to sell his cards. I tend to offload at least 50-60% of my collection of Jude Bellingham when he's already decided to go to the Premier League. Because that tends to be when the prices are sky high. When he starts playing a few games, if he doesn't really do much, it will tend to dip. Unless there's the situation like Haaland, in which he just sets the world on fire as soon as he starts playing, and then his cards skyrocket. Not all players will do that. Bellingham's not a striker, so he's not going to get as many goals, but he will get decent assists and returns and things like that. So in terms of wonder kids, he's been rated, I've looked at an article the other day, as the #1 wonder kid in the world right now. So although, yes, betting on rookies is quite risky, Jude Bellingham is the best of the best, from what most people would agree. So that's one thing. The other thing is you've got a Topps Finest, which is a established set. It's a good set. Topps Chrome's, Topps Finest, Obsidian. All of these are sort of premium sets, flagship sets, we should call them. And it's a parallel. So it's a parallel. It's numbered to 99. I don't always say go for things that are numbered out of 299. I think you saw, I picked up in my previous Mail Monday, for example, this Neymar is numbered to 299. It's good, but it's not that special. You want to tend, if you can, go for things that are numbered to 99 or less. Generally, I think use that as a general rule. And then obviously color match is brilliant as well. This is not quite a color match, but that's absolutely fine. So we've got lots of good things that are going on with this card. It's numbered to 99, which means it's rare. It's a Topps Finest rookie card, which is good. It's not a second year or anything like that. It's of a top prospect, and it's a PSA graded 9. All for under £100. I think that's good. And the third and final card, if you're on a super budget and you've got less than 20 quid, Panini Obsidian is one of the most expensive Panini sets. So to get a numbered rookie card out of Panini Obsidian is very, very good. To get it in a SGC 9, and for it to be a very, very good player, and what I consider to be a good player, I think £10 was the absolute bargain for that. I genuinely was quite surprised that I got that for a tenner. So that's why I think that's a good pickup. Now, this is obviously the risky of all three. It's pretty much in order of risk to safe. But yeah, Billy Gilmour, I mean, Roy Keane said he was watching the England-Scotland game. He got up out of his sofa to go to the telly to check who that player was, because he said he was playing so maturely and was holding up the ball so well. If Roy Keane's saying that about a player, I mean, that's a pretty good thing in my opinion. So, yeah, I believe in Billy Gilmour. He's the biggest risk of all three of them, of course. His potential rating on FIFA, if you look at it, is not great. Fair enough. A lot of people don't necessarily believe that he's going to be the next best thing. And he's being passed around, obviously, from Chelsea. He's had 2 loan spells. I don't know if Brighton bought him or they loaned him. I can't remember. I'd have to double check that. But either way, he's going to get some more game time at Brighton. He's at a better club than he was at Norwich. And he's got some decent players around him. So he's got lots of time to grow. And he's obviously Scottish as well, so he's going to be favoured by the Scots in terms of the national team. There we are. I don't normally explain the exact reasons as to why I've picked up these cards, but I think sometimes it might be useful for you, new people that are maybe interested in terms of. Sometimes I pick up cards in Mail Mondays, and I know this is extremely long Mail Monday, but I think it can be useful. Sometimes I might just pick up cards and be like, I've picked up this, I've picked up this, I've picked up this. And sometimes if you're new and you maybe haven't delved into cards for too long, you might be like, well, why are you picking that up? Or what's made you choose that over other cards? Or what's special about Topps Finest compared to Topps Chrome? So there you are. So my opinion sometimes I don't get across. So that's just a few thoughts of mine. Let me know. You may completely disagree with me, which is absolutely fine. I'm open to debate. I don't think you should ever take what I say as gospel, but this is pretty much what I've learned from being in the hobby for a while now, and through making several mistakes. I think I always tell people, like, you're always going to make mistakes, so don't beat yourself up. You're always going to lose money in the hobby because you'll always buy the wrong card, you'll buy the wrong player, you'll buy the wrong set. It happens to everyone, and by making mistakes, what you're doing is learning. So it's only gonna help you in the long run. There's no losing. There's just lessons, as Conor McGregor's coach famously once said. There we are. That is it. I hope you have enjoyed this Mail Monday. I apologise for those of you who already understand why I've picked up these cards and you've heard me waffling. I appreciate it if you have got to the end of the video. If you have got to the end of the video, let me know by putting put a car emoji next to your comment if you've got to the end of the video. That's much appreciated. And so I know that you've watched the whole thing. That would be cool. And yeah, I'll see you on the next Mail Monday. You know what to do. Drop a big like on the video. It does really, really help out the channel. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. And if you'd like to, you're more than welcome to be part of the members page. We have got a couple of members on there already, which is exciting. I'm hoping to maybe get some testimonials. That'd be pretty cool for them to explain how good it is. What you do get is exclusive pack openings, behind the scenes, unfiltered card show content, and lots of other stuff as well. Driving with Sports Cards UK, all these sorts of thoughts, investment thoughts, and some sneak peek previews of things that you get to see before they actually go live on the channel, and votes on what videos you want to see next. So loads and loads of cool stuff. But of course, I'll still be doing my regular uploads to the free Sports Cards UK channel. But there we are. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, you know what to do. And I will see you on the next Sports Cards UK Mail Monday. Thanks very much.